So for the last few weeks, we've been celebrating Papa John's misfortunes.
Sorry.
And really, the reason we're doing it is to give you, our audience, a warning of what not to do.
Yeah.
So if you haven't learned anything yet, you will on this episode of The 8. Welcome back. How far do we need to go into the 8 this week, Cassie, to talk about PJ?
We are going pretty far. He
right.
resurfaces towards the end.
Frenemy?
No, well,
Fran funny?
It's both Frenemy and Fran funny.
All right, I look forward to it.
He claims both spots. All right.
By the way, he has now taken over Paul Pickett as most talked about person on.
Paul's finally been dethroned.
Paul Pickett of Wild Birds Unlimited.
I actually feel like Scott Thompson is the one that's most mentioned because we always say hello to him because he's always watching.
Yeah, but the problem with Scott Thompson is we don't know what brand to put on the bottom. New one.
That was a good Fran funny. All right. All right, fantastic.
Fantastic.
So sports fans might have a new reason to visit Buffalo Wild Wings. They are considering incorporating betting and sports gambling into their restaurants. It comes after the Supreme Court struck down a law that prohibited gambling in most institutions, so it could be interesting if they incorporate it. I think it is smart, but I don't.
Genius.
I just don't know what it'll look like in there.
Okay, so here's the reality. Gambling is already happening.
Right.
In there, you're using FanDuel or DraftKings or fantasy football. Mm. So it's already happening in the restaurants. Now they're just saying, let's own a piece of that. Smart. Got him a good PR story. Got him in the discussion. Good story.
All right. Our Fran Leberty this week, we chatted with some lenders in terms of how they are kind of choosing which brands they want to work with, including Mike Rosman with Bowfly, who is going to be this week's Fran Leberty. But we have a great kind of roundup of insights there in terms of bettors being expected to, or franchisees expecting to be vetted would be the way that sentence is supposed to go. But also it's important that the brand that they're working with is strong too, because it's not just going to come down to their own personal finances.
Makes sense.
All right, fresh money.
I have nothing else to say on that one. Read the finance issue.
Yeah, exactly. So we're kind of wrapping that one up this week. So,
what's our next issue?
Franchisees giving back.
I like that.
I know, it's a good one. All right, so for Fresh Money, obviously kind of continuing on the finance theme, there's no shortage of entrepreneurs who are looking for the right bank or institution. And so we also have another roundup piece kind of from that other side of it of as this industry continues to become more competitive, we're taking a look at how lenders are finding their own edge within a competitive marketplace.
So I think this is going to turn into an interesting story. So there's going to be a correction in the marketplace, say sometime over the next 24 months. Could be a bad situation, could be a mild situation, but there's going to be some sort of correction. When the economy is as good as it is today, lenders have a lot of money to lend. When the economy goes bad, that money dries up. So it's an interesting time for you as a franchise owner. You're trying to time this right. You want to get the money when it's available. But the other thing that's happening is there's more job security. So you're more reluctant to stay in your job than to make a jump into franchise ownership. So timing's going to be everything here, because if you don't have enough wealth, you're going to struggle when you've made the decision that you want to be a franchisee. You're waiting on the sidelines for something to happen, whether that's in your job or a correction. And when that correction happens, if you've not built up enough wealth, you're going to struggle to get the lending then. So lenders right now, your opportunity is to start talking about what is the right timing if there's a correction in the marketplace, because franchise prospects should be thinking about what is the drop dead deadline for me to get money lent to me. So lenders that are trying to stay competitive in a crowded marketplace, I would start talking about that now. Give the advice, because the amount of humans that have been educated about franchising over the last 3 years is huge. The amount that are acting on it is small. The amount that will act on it is big. the amount of those that could actually find the lending come time will be limited. So lenders, get in front of that story now and force the hands of people that are debating about whether they want to be a franchisee.
That was a good Frant to segue into the next Frant.
Great. What's the next Frant?
So this week your column is about business owners thinking about the end as they're getting started. Even though it might be scary, the importance of kind of planning out what you envision for your business is good to have in mind.
Emily, what theme song would we use for my rant, my Frant?
The end. Ooh, Lincoln Park, but it's a sad one. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. So you're saying business owners don't think about the end because it doesn't matter? What about this is the end of the world as we know it?
Could do that one.
Right, because the next world is after you sell your business.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I try to get her to engage here. She's the only one that watches every episode.
True. She's forced.
True.
BB's getting close. Okay, so the end. Yeah, I think many business owners don't think about what is the purpose of why they're in business and what will look like when they exit the business. Because everyone's going to exit business no matter what, whether you're forced by the hand of something larger than all of us, or you make the decision to move on from your business. Interesting news bit that happened this week. Mosquito Joe was sold to the Dwyer Group. There's Buzz Franchise Brands thinking about the end for that brand as they know it. Aha, REM. You're on delay. There he goes. And they made the decision to exit that brand and put the focus into their other brands. But there's an example of they had such a huge run with Mosquito Joe that they decided now was the time. So there's a great example of a company that thought about the end, still innovating, still figuring out what product lines they want to invest in, and put a calculated plan in place. So think about it. Read the column. There's some insight in there. But if you're not thinking about the end as a business owner, you should.
All right, branching forward now. So like a lot of brands in the restaurant space, this is something that we've said time and time again, but delivery, Wendy's is continuing to branch forward with it. So they're reporting really strong sales figures since they've started rolling out delivery. Their average check sizes have been 1.5 to 2 times higher, and their customer satisfaction scores are higher with delivery. So now they're figuring out a way to integrate DoorDash into their mobile experience to make it more streamlined. It's all the same stuff we've talked about, but brands need to actually start listening.
It's interesting. When you have a brick and mortar store that doesn't have delivery, your base of customers are only those that are willing to come into your store. Mm-hmm. Here, you're able to diversify who your customer is by delivering the product to them. McDonald's with Uber Eats, Wendy's. There's other brands in the space that are looking at diversification of it, and when you can increase average ticket because technology is assisting the sale because people aren't very good at selling or upselling your product, average ticket goes up. Now the risk in all of this, I still believe there are brands out there that have mastered delivery before third party. Therefore, they figure out a way on how to deliver their product hot enough so that it feels like you're getting a good experience, because at the end of the day, the customer is still paying as much or a premium on what they would pay if they went in for the actual experience that is built into the food cost. Mm-hmm. So restaurants still getting somewhat paid on it, but the customer's expectations are going to be that of what it's like in the brick and mortar. So you need to focus. I think package innovation is going to be the next area of third-party delivery that is going to have a good run, because if you can innovate on the way that product is delivered to the customer, the expectation has a higher likelihood of being met. Frant number 4.
All right, we're going into our Fran Funny now, the first reference
Here we go.
To Papa John's.
Papa John's.
So I know that we've been talking a lot about Papa John's, but we've been really focused on making our own Fran Funnies about Papa John's, that I forgot that we never did like a roundup of some of the better reactions to the whole scandal. So up on the screen, if you're watching live, sorry you don't get this, but we're gonna like show a couple of tweets. My personal favorite, I think because I went to Catholic school, is waiting for the white smoke to come out of the oven to name a new Papa John. That one cracked me up, but take a look. Let us know what your favorites are.
And off the cuff, Emily, our joke meister.
I liked the one about the Pope. I mean, I can't steal that joke.
All right, how about I'll start one off and you finish it.
Oh, God. Sure.
What happened when Papa John walked into the bar?
I don't know. He wasn't served a drink because he's a jerk.
We get better and better. That's so great.
I mean, I wouldn't serve him.
What else is there to say?
What else is there to say?
Okay. Our Franspiration, brief intermission before we're back with Papa John's for Franspiration, comes from Kevin Burke, the founder and managing director of Trinity Capital. So when asked what he looks for when vetting franchise investors for financing, he said, we look for good concepts, excellent management teams, and opportunities that have meaningful upside and opportunity.
That's great.
All right, we're back with Papa John's for frenemies versus Fran. So obviously, they've been making a lot of frenemies.
This is a good point because when we put our secret staff member watch, by the way, Katie did get it right last week, so we will be throwing a birthday party for her on an 8th.
I wonder when her actual birthday is.
Let's go ahead and invite Sean to that birthday party.
Yeah,
if Sean can tell us what the secret word is this week, which is
Hova.
Hova, Sean. Okay, continue. Fran versus frenemy.
All right, so yes, they have a lot of frenemies, but they're attempting now to make some friends with their franchisees. So they rolled out a program that would reduce royalties, food service pricing, and online fees through the end of 2018. And the program is also going to provide franchisees with funds to support new marketing and re-imaging initiatives. So actually, I think this is we've been giving them a lot of stuff lately, but I mean, you kind of have to do this type of thing.
There's a thumbs up. That means Sean's watching.
Guess who's watching?
Yeah.
He's gonna email me in 5
seconds.
seconds.
But he's got to come after the 8 runs and remember to say Hova.
That's true.
All right. So
just told him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but he's got to write a note. Okay, so the financial assistance is smart. If I'm you, outside world, non-competitive pizza brand, I'm getting messages in front of those franchisees because they're in a panic. Papa John removed. The brand still has legs. You can look at Chick-fil-A. The customers came back after inappropriate things may have been said by leadership. Stock price has decreased. There might be an opportunity to buy. I don't think it's the end of Papa John's, the brand, as long as we do the right next steps and get PJ to shut his mouth because that guy keeps going.
Yeah.
But PJ, we got a seat on you. You want to come join the 8 and talk about this?
Please do.
We'd love to talk to you about this.
It would be amazing.
Papa John's.
Emily won't serve you a drink at our bar, but
Though you can give me all the free garlic sauce you want.
What an incentive.
oh my God. Fran funnies continue. This is the 8.